Men are pushing feminism out of the gaming industry. Men are pushing feminism out of the gaming industry. Today we have some videos from Asmon Gold and also Clownfish. Both channels will be linked in the description of the video. Guys, this is some insane stuff that's happening right now. So many of you guys know what happened with Concord. It is probably going to be the largest loss of a video game in history right now, about to top $250 million. Watch it in this video to fully understand what the implications of all of this happening as woke games continue to collapse in the video game industry, men continue to push feminism out of the industry, and what this is going to mean for the future. Now let's just go ahead and jump into the first video. It's regarding Ubisoft and Ubisoft's collapse after they went woke and now they're going broke.
Ubisoft stock price dropped today? No, let me see. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, this is terrible. Tepid Star Wars Outlaws reception sinks Ubisoft stock. Star Wars Outlaws may have been reviewed okay enough. Yeah, this is the fucking problem. How is it that the games keep getting reviewed well, but nobody buys them? And so we have right here, Ubisoft shares are now down 13% in the wake of the launch of Star Wars Outlaws, which analysts say have failed to meet target sales. You want to know the real reason why this game isn't successful? The game inside of the core DNA of the game, down to its chromosomal level, was a piece of fucking shit. You can't kill the livestock, but you can pet them? What the fuck is this? Star Wars Outlaws, but you could only steal from the police? Reviewers need to stop giving these games. You need to stop giving these games good reviews when they're bad. If Assassin's Creed Shadows crashes out, I actually think that there's a good chance that Ubisoft could be cooked. Like, if you actually look at the combat here, it's really bad. It is. It's yeah, maybe they're done. I mean, like, can you imagine if you bought this stock in 2021? This stock has gone down worse than most NFTs have. Like, if you had invested in a Bored Ape, you would have retained more value than investing in Ubisoft.
So guys, things have actually only gotten worse since Asmon Gold put out this video. There is now a major revolt at Ubisoft. You have to understand, from 2018 to 2024, Ubisoft stock has lost 80% of its value since they decided that they were going to start putting out woke games centered around, feminist characters, pushing feminist propaganda, woke ideologies. They have lost 80% of their stock value, and they've responded by saying that they're only going to double down on this. It's pretty much like Elon said, it is a mind virus right now. But the thing is, you have to understand this is real money. This is real money. This is the money of other people. This is irresponsibility. The consumer does not want this hot trash. And as a result, they're not buying these products. Well, now we have a video from Clownfish, and evidently things are only going to get worse for Ubisoft, where the investors are absolutely furious. A number of years ago, back in 2018, Ubisoft stock at its highest was actually worth around over $11 billion. So their highest value was $11 billion. And from 2018 to 2024, Ubisoft has lost 80% of their value. And right now, their stock price hovers right around $2 billion, going up or below $2 billion at any given time. Many of you would go, well, $2 billion is still a lot of money, man. Guys, they lost a lot of investors, hundreds of millions of dollars. This isn't Play-Doh money, okay? This is not monopoly money. This is real money. A lot of people have lost some serious cash because of Ubisoft. And then the next Assassin's Creed is going to be a piece of woke hot garbage. And they're saying, well, we're not going to stop. Eventually, guys, you run out of other people's money. So now there's actually word of a hostile takeover that the investors are potentially pushing for. It's not a game. It's not a game whatsoever, because the value of the company is so bad right now. If something is not done soon, then it could turn into a penny stock. What does that mean? Ubisoft is heading in and Asmon Gold is not wrong. It's heading in the direction right now where it could end up being just like taken off the markets, where it will no longer trade under that symbol. Like, we could literally be heading to a penny stock and then a delisting of Ubisoft. I'm not crapping with you guys. I am so serious right now. And if that happens, more than likely the company would end up being sold off. All of its assets would be sold off. someone like Microsoft, maybe Sony would come and pick it up, and that would be the end of that. You know, it would absolutely be horrendous. And all of those investors would be fucked hard. They're already fucked very hard.
Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I'm not here with Geeky Sparkles. I know you guys want Geeky Sparkles. She will be back in videos hopefully later tonight, but we've been very busy the last couple days. Hey, we're going to talk about Ubisoft. And Ubisoft is not doing so hot, guys. Can you imagine that? This is the AAA publisher of Assassin's Creed Shadows, of Star Wars Outlaws, and their stock has been dropping off a freaking cliff for years. And it's definitely sped up its decline in the last few months following the controversies around Assassin's Creed Shadows and Star Wars Outlaws, and the launch of Star Wars Outlaws has not been great. It's been underwhelming. Now, they're claiming, supposedly, that the pre-order sales for Assassin's Creed Shadows are good, but I highly doubt that, because Ubisoft now is looking to go private. They're in full-on panic mode, guys. We're gonna talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Give us a sub if you're so inclined. Check out some of our gaming content on Clownfish Gaming. I'm gonna be doing some gaming over here as well. Check out the audio edition of Clownfish TV and Derezed, and we got a lot of things going on right now. We have a lot of things going on, so be sure to stay tuned for more. But let's talk about Ubisoft. According to the Wall Street Journal, Ubisoft shares slump after investor urges Assassin's Creed maker to go private. Wow. Slovakia-based AJ Investment said it was unsatisfied with the current performance and strategic direction of the company. Yeah, it's not looking too good for them, but everything's fine. They're under $3 a share. Damn, they were $20 a share during the pandemic. See how far. The most they've ever been is like $21 a share. So they haven't been this low in a long, long time, guys. We're talking, oh my God, you would have to go back to 2013. 2013? Yeah, it's not good. It's really not good. So yeah, this is again coming from the Wall Street Journal. Shares of Ubisoft Entertainment plunged on Monday after a minority investor called for the maker of the video game franchise Assassin's Creed to go private and install a new management team. Gut it all. AJ Investments, a hedge fund based in Slovakia that holds less than 1% in Ubisoft, said in a letter to management it was unsatisfied with the current performance and strategic direction of the company. Ubisoft has been facing a number of setbacks in recent months. It no longer expects to release Rainbow Six Mobile and The Division Resurgence in the fiscal year to the end of March 2025, saying in July that developers needed extra time. The delays come after the group ceased development of The Division Heartland. So this is I can't pronounce this guy's name. Jiraj Krupa, founder and chief executive of AJ Investments, said he wanted the letter to be a wake-up call for other investors. The hedge fund said Ubisoft should go private and urged the founding Guillaume family, is that how you pronounce that? Not to block a sale process, so they want you to sell it, go private, something. Ubisoft said the company had no comment on the letter at this time. The brothers founded Ubisoft in '86 as they saw promise in the up-and-coming world of tech and software development. And then they proceeded to gobble everything up and destroy it, just like Embracer Group, just like Disney. The company is one of the few remaining independent gaming studios that develops immersive games, making it a target for takeovers. The CEO led a battle nearly a decade ago to fend off a takeover attempt by Vivendi. Are they still around? The family has more than 13% of the stock in the group. Tencent moved to acquire a minority stake in the family holding, although it didn't get any board seats. Ubisoft managed to remain independent, even as a wave of consolidation. Those have been destroyed. Right. At the time, they said Ubisoft could stay independent. However, he said that if any offer was received, it might be reviewed in the interest of shareholders. So this is not good. This is coming from Eurogamer again. Ubisoft investor writes open letter to express deep dissatisfaction with the company's performance. This is what they actually wrote as a. I don't want your newsletter.
So something very interesting for you guys. So you know about Concord now. Concord was this woke horrible mess that came out. It was funded by Sony. It was exclusively for the PlayStation 5. It cost, well, we're going to talk about that. It cost a ton of money to make, and it only sold 25,000 copies. So someone actually corrected me in the comments. Originally, I was saying that it cost $100 to $130 million to make, and it may cost Sony $300 million or more. I was actually wrong. I was actually wrong about that because, I talked about marketing costs and so forth. Yeah, I was wrong. I was wrong. So the game Concord, developed by Firewalk Studios and published by Sony, had a very short lifespan, being shut down just 2 weeks after its release. While Sony hasn't disclosed the exact amount spent on its development, it's known that Firewalk Studio raised $250 million in 2022. Given the game's poor sales performance, selling only around 25,000 copies, it's likely that a significant portion of that investment was lost. It was actually someone in the comments who pointed out to me that no, it's $250 million. Now, what's really frightening about this is they're saying, based on this, that's 250 for development cost. So this is really, really concerning, y'all, because we don't know if Sony actually put even more money into separately for marketing. Because yeah, guys, so right off the bat, they've lost about $250 million so far. About $250 million, $250,000 on this game, on Concord. This woke piece of shit. And now you guys know that the PlayStation 5 Pro has been announced. And what happens when Sony loses all of this money? Because Sony's losing a shitload of money. They purchased Bungie for $3 billion, and now they're firing most of the staff, cutting the company down to nothing, shreds, no Destiny 3, but they have another game called Marathon, and they're going to keep on chasing these woke live service games. So what do we, guys, the PlayStation 5 kept on going up in price. Usually, the price of a console goes down. The PlayStation 3 many years ago launched for $599. Sony learned their lesson pretty quickly, and eventually it went down to $299, like the Xbox 360. Then the PlayStation 4 launched for about $399. Then that went down to $299, and Sony then came out with another PlayStation afterwards, PlayStation 4 Pro, and that was only $399. Okay, $400. And I say only, but yeah. So that was affordable for a lot of people. And I did own a PlayStation 4 Pro for a little while too. Didn't really play it. But I'm just trying to kind of give you guys an idea of how things work. Then they came out with the PlayStation 5, which they priced at $500. And then they came out with the PlayStation 5 Slim. And, they had two versions. They had a PlayStation 5, and it was in a digital version for $399 and a version with a disc drive for $499. They then came out with the PlayStation 5 Slim that replaced the original launch models, but they raised the price of the. And I'm going somewhere with this, guys. I'm cooking. Just give me time. So then they replaced the PlayStation 5 Slim, all digital model. Well, they replaced the original PlayStation 5 Slim with a PlayStation 5 Slim, all digital model that cost $450. So they raised the price to $450 for the digital model that was originally $399 when it launched. So it went up by $50, and then you had to spend $79 for a disc drive. For a disc drive that also had to be registered online if you wanted to play physical games. And basically, they could essentially disable your disc drive, and your physical games would no longer work. This is some Orwellian insanity. Okay. Then they had the model that originally shipped with a disk drive that cost $499. That remained $499. Well, now Sony's coming out with the PlayStation 5 Pro, and the PlayStation 5 Pro looks exactly the same as the PlayStation 5 in terms of graphics. There's virtually no real difference in most games. Maybe you can see a tiny little difference in like one game, but 99% of the games they all look exactly the same, and they're like, oh my gosh, you can see how amazing it looks. And how much is this thing going to cost? Well, right now the most expensive PlayStation 5 cost $500. This is the first time that the price of PlayStation hardware has actually gone up as the console generation went on. 4 years after, 3 to 4 years after the console comes out, they actually raise the price. Well, now the PlayStation 5 Pro is coming out, and like I said, when the PlayStation 4 Pro came out, it was basically $399. So it replaced what the original price of the PlayStation 4 was when it came out at $399. And then you can get the original model, which was at that point now a slimmed down version for just $299. Now the PlayStation 5 Pro is coming out with no disc drive for $599. No disc drive, and also no stand included in the box so that you can, set it up right. Yeah, this is insane. This is insane. If you want to be able to play your games, and it doesn't have a disc drive, it's $699 with no disc drive. It's not $599, it's $699 with no disc drive. It's now an all digital version. It's $700, and you'd have to purchase the disc drive separately. And keep in mind, again, the disc drive you need an internet connection to activate the disc drive. So you can't just plug it in and then play. Nope. You need an internet connection to activate the disc drive. No internet connection, no activation. So they're fighting hard to basically eliminate disc. And it's literally one of those things where you will own nothing and be happy to have experience. And keep in mind, when the PlayStation 4 Pro shipped, it did have a CD drive, a Blu-ray drive. If you want just a normal PlayStation 5 experience so that you can put your physical games into it, that's what I mean by disc, it's now going to cost you about $800, or exactly $780 before taxes. After taxes, you're looking at close to $900. I'm surprised they even said. I agree with some people who said this. I'm surprised that they even included a controller. And I'm in literal shock. I'm in literal shock at what they have done. I'm in literal shock at how much they're like, guys. Like, we are literally heading into a. We're already in the dystopia. But the reason why I told you all of this is because I want you guys to see what's happening now, where when these companies, they lose, shitloads of money. When they lose shitloads of money, what they simply do is they pass the cost back on to the consumer by just charging more for everything. So they're like, oh, well, we just lost $1 billion. We just lost $4 billion. Okay, we'll just raise the price of everything. And the ponies, that's what they call the PlayStation people who just will buy the stuff one way or another, the ponies will pay. So it's like, it doesn't matter, man. And I literally saw ponies in like the comments, like before it even came out for this price, saying like, yeah, this is awesome, man. It's not too much money. But what's very interesting about this is that it looks like that group of people is actually getting smaller regardless. So IGN PS5 poll, or PS5 Pro poll, IGN actually ran a poll, and it basically asked, like, how many people were actually going to pick up this piece of shit, and it was very, very surprising. The numbers were very, very surprising. when you look at how many people actually said, hey, I'm going to get it. So polls shows only around 10 to 15% plan to buy PlayStation 5 Pro. Most consider it too expensive. Technical upgrades don't appear to be enough to sway fans right now. It's that, guys, it was so dishonest. Like Mark Cerny, I've always respected Mark Cerny. He's like the developer that responsible for the hardware, choosing the kind of hardware that would go into the PlayStation, I think going all the way back to the PlayStation 2. And he just destroyed this thing. Like he sat there and he basically just tried to act like this thing was amazing and we could see how amazing it looked. And he did this with a straight face. And this is a highly educated guy. This is a person who has developed amazing. Been a game developer. He's cooked up incredible hardware. And this is the bullshit that he tries to pull. And he does it with a smile. Don't believe your eyes. Don't believe your ears. Only believe what we tell you. So here's the story. The PS5 Pro's touted upgrades don't appear to be enough to sway fans to purchase Sony's new console, with most saying that the upgrade is too expensive. In various polls of IGN readers across several platforms, only around 10 to 15% of respondents say they were planning to purchase the newly announced console. Will you buy a PlayStation 5 Pro? So 14.3% said yes. A whopping 14.3% said yes. And then only a tiny, and I'm just being facetious right now, 85.7% said no. So that's how massive this thing is, okay? Over 85% of people said they won't pick up this dumpster fire. And it's so damn ugly. Oh gosh, it's so fucking ugly. So this was revealed on Tuesday. Sony said the PlayStation 5 Pro was revealed on Tuesday. Sony said that the PS5 Pro offers a 45% increase in rendering speed, among other improvements. However, most fans focus on the premium console's price, which represents a 40 to 50% premium on the PS5. By the way, guys, the cost is also going up way in Europe. So in Europe, it's actually going to cost $800. 800. I'm in like absolute shock. Total shock. It was $550 when it came out in Europe. Euros. 550 euros when it came out in Europe in 2020. So it's 50 more than it cost in the United States. And now it's going to cost $700. Correction. $800 without a disk drive in Europe. 800 euros. Holy cow. This is insane. How the hell are you increasing the price by $250? It's a $200 price increase compared to the launch model. But keep in mind, we're not even, this device is not even compared to the launch model. It'd be compared to not the one with the disk drive. It'd be compared to the all digital model that launched for $400. So this is actually $300 more than what we paid for the all digital version, because this is an all digital model. So it's actually $300 more than what we paid for the launch version of the PlayStation 5. $300 more, because that was $400 for the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 without the disc drive, without the Blu-ray drive. And now they're charging this. So in Europe, this is crazy. This is crazy. All right? Like who the hell can afford this thing? Like no one can afford this fucking thing. All right? And as I do the math again, it's actually it's about $300 difference in Europe as well. Because it'd be about $450 for the all digital version then, I believe. $450 for the all digital version in Europe when it came out. So now it's this crazy price. So yeah, it's over like $350 more. Like what the living hell is Sony doing? This is crazy stuff, guys. And this is happening because these companies are bleeding money right now. They're absolutely bleeding money. 100% bleeding money.
PlayStation Super Resolution to take players to new heights.
What we see here is a difference in detail. PS5 Pro is much sharper and crisper than PS5. Distant details are much clearer.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Is somebody really going to drop $700 for this? I feel like it's not really worth it. Man. The PS5 has so few games that they have to already resort to using trailers for games that haven't even released in order to fill out the catalog of games shown for the new fucking console. That's pretty fucking funny. Sony people are upset. It has 7.8K replies. Were you drunk when you came up with these prices? PlayStation, we have no games. We've raised the controller price. We are getting rid of your physical media. We are basically Xbox in every way, just have more nostalgia. Now give us $700, you pay pigs, for the privilege of saying that you're a pay pig. You had $250 million to invest in garbage like Concord, but you couldn't afford to put a fucking disk drive on your flagship product? Are you trying to race against Ubisoft for bankruptcy? The PS5 doesn't really bring in any unique value in the same way that the PS3 having a Blu-ray or the PS2 having a DVD player like really brings. Like, what do you really? And didn't the PS1 used to be able to play music like a CD? Yeah, it did. Yeah, that was huge back then. But yeah, $700 for this rubbish. We're done. Wow. I mean, I don't think that the PS5 really has a lot of games on it that really make it worthwhile. PS4.
I mean, guys, this is madness. This is absolute and utter madness. This is absolute and utter madness, guys. What's going on? And as you can see, the gamers are pissed off. Men are pushing feminism out of the gaming industry as a result of this, because guys are not buying this garbage. Guys did not buy Concord, and men didn't buy it. Women didn't go out and buy it because most women do not play console games at the same level that men do, even though like the society wants to say, oh, women make up more than half of all gamers in the United States, in the world now, and they're counting things like Candy Crush. But the reality is that when it comes to PlayStation 5 and these consoles, guys, this is a space that men have always held down. Guys, when you alienate your consumer base, you tell your consumer base that we hate you and that we don't like you and that we're not making games centered around you. We're not making games for you. We're making games for a diverse audience. And if you don't like it, we can punish you. What do you think is going to happen? And I guarantee you they're not going to stop. I guarantee you these companies are not going to stop. They're just going to keep on doing what Sony's doing. Because what they're doing is they're looking at it like this. They're saying to themselves, look at what happened at McDonald's. There's no reason why people should be still eating at McDonald's. I used to eat at McDonald's. I cannot afford McDonald's anymore. Like, they finally broke me. I cannot, and many of you are like, good, it's garbage. Fine, whatever, but I can't afford it. I make over 6 figures a year. I make over 6 figures. Over 6 figures a year. I can't afford McDonald's. I cannot afford to eat at McDonald's anymore. You guys are gonna say, well, that doesn't make it. You're BSing, angry. You're lying. All right, 6 figures. Okay, now you're capping, bro. You people have lost connection with money and the value of money. Like I talked about, I said, Warren Buffett's wife, him and his wife went to a billionaire summer camp a couple of years ago, and it was not too long ago, and his wife was pissed off because there was a guy selling coffee. They were selling coffee at the billionaire camp for $5. Now you have to understand, these were $1 cup of coffees. Okay, we're not talking about anything special. These are $1 cup of coffees, guys. $1 cup of coffees. This is not Starbucks. This is the same cup of coffee. That's a cup, like a small cup of coffee, all right, with some water, some instant or whatever, however they make it, and maybe you have a little cream and sugar. That's a $1 cup of coffee. This guy was selling a $1 cup of coffee for $5. And there were people who were pissed off with me saying that, you know what, Angry? People need to spend money. These billionaires need to spend some money. There's a guy who used to donate to me. All right. He would donate to me. And he's like, okay, well, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't donate to you then. I shouldn't give you money, because if you're telling people that they shouldn't spend money, then I shouldn't spend money on you. And you know what? It's okay. Because I'm telling you that you shouldn't be spending $5 for a $1 cup of coffee. And there are people out there who are like, if you're rich, it doesn't matter. That's a load of stupid. That's an absolute load of stupidity. Guys, that's how you end up getting robbed in this world. And you know what? For those of you that don't want my advice, you don't have to listen to it, and you can just get off the channel. Go away. I don't care about you. All right? laugh at me, ha ha ha. You're just an angry idiot. Get your kicks out and don't and stop watching the video. I don't need you. I don't want you. I'm so serious. Those of you that don't appreciate my advice, don't appreciate my wisdom, because I'm giving this to you for free. I'm not charging you for it. I've suffered so much in my life. I've been robbed for lots of money in my life because I didn't know what was going on, because I believed in people. I trusted people. I didn't realize just how evil human beings can be. Okay? Guys, people will take your life in this world for $1. Many of you, many of you have not really experienced life like that. I see people who say things like, no matter what, you should never tell a lie. I don't lie. It doesn't matter what it is. Don't lie to police officers. Don't lie to anyone. Always tell the truth. Guys, that's boomer bullshit right there. That's garbage that you are fed by the boomers. Let me ask you a question. If telling the truth is going to destroy the life of someone, you're going to go and do it? Absolutely. They should have known better. How many mistakes have you made in your life? And if you had gotten caught, you'd be in a very different place right now. Guys, these people are psychopaths. These people are psychopaths. Imagine if you were living in a place where there were people hiding beneath floorboards that were being persecuted, and a group of soldiers came around and said, "Hey, is there anyone in here with you?" And you know that if you give these people up, you know what's going to happen to them. You're gonna tell these guys, and these you're gonna say, well, God, we're Christians and we're not supposed to lie. God will take care of the situation. Yes, sir, there are people in here, and I'll show you exactly where they are. Do you realize that now not only are they gonna take those people away, but they might also take you away, because they're gonna say that you were harboring criminals, and they're gonna want to know how long you were doing it. And these idiots, guys, there are people listening right now. They're going to say, it doesn't matter. God will handle the situation. Everything is in the hands of God. I posted a comment. I posted a poll where basically I said that, even when obeying the Bible, you have to apply reasoning, critical thinking, and common sense. And there were some people who disagreed. There were some people who disagreed and believed that you have to follow the Bible exactly as it's written. Okay? You must obey it exactly as it's written. Okay? You have to take it literally. So many people don't like wisdom. So many people are so far gone. Too far gone. You have to have critical thinking skills in this world. You have to understand that you live in a very horrible world, and there are people always trying to take advantage of you. You have to be on top of everything. You have to learning how to do business. For example, never pay people up front. Don't pay people up front. Even people that you've built a relationship with for years. Okay? Don't pay them up front. Never. And if they say things like, oh, it's going to cost a little bit more, tell them, nope, this is the amount that we agreed on. And always set a firm budget. If they say this is how much, because they'll just keep charging more and more and more, and you don't even realize it. Because they see you as an idiot, as a bandejo. So you guys, I'm talking from experience. I share this knowledge with you so that many of you don't have to go through it. Okay? A wise man learns from his own mistakes and experiences. A smart man learns from his own mistakes and experiences. A wise man learns from his own mistakes, experiences, as well as the experiences and mistakes of others. You have to be wise, or else you're going to suffer more and more in this world than you will ever imagine. A lot of these people are losers. I'm telling you. And one of the dumbest things you could do is to spend money carelessly. Investing in yourself is one of the best investments you could ever make. But just because you have lots of money doesn't mean that you should just throw it away frivolously. Okay? Overpaying for things. Oh, so what if a video game now costs $120? I have the money to pay for it, bro. This game isn't worth more than $10. I don't care, man. Come on, man. Why are you being so cheap, man? Why are you being so cheap, man? Live and let live. That's why no one wants to be around you, man. Leave me, get away from me. Maybe when you learn how to be kind, then we can talk. Until then, I don't like you, man. Then the same people, guys, who end up flat broke, all right? Flat broke. Sometimes a few years later, they're on the streets like, I just had a couple hard run-ins, and I was, it just happened through no fault of my own. I don't know how it happened, guys. The cost of food is now 5 times more than what it was back in 2019. 5 times. The cost of groceries are 5 times higher than what they were back in 2019. I want you guys to just digest that very, very quickly. I've shown you videos on this. And there are idiots who are like, it's okay, it's okay. It's okay for them. These people are fools. These people are fools. Like, these people are not going to survive. They're not going to survive at all. Like, I've got some of you idiots. I have a bunch of you idiots who are like, oh, I make $200,000 a year and I can't survive on it. 200, the real estate, you don't understand, man. The property, the cost of rent and where I work is just so high. 200K is just not enough. 200K? If you're living in a place, if you're working and living in a place where the rent is so high that you have no disposable income afterwards, you have a couple of choices. You could find a way to downsize, live in your car, or buy a piece of land and put a unit on it. So, for example, put an RV on it. That's a smart move to make, by the way. Because if you're making $200,000 a year and most of your income and you're losing most of your income anyway, then buying an RV or a van that's converted and living in that, renting a piece of land or an RV park nearby or something like that, that works out. You're gonna save so much money. I mean, you'll be a millionaire. You'll be a millionaire in a couple of years if you go down that path. No, bro. I'm not doing that. I'm not living in an RV, man. Are you crazy? Or what am I, an animal? Okay. I literally had some guy laugh in my face over it when I said, bro, you have to downsize then. If it's costing you, if you're spending $200,000 a year, you're telling me you have nothing left making $200,000 a year because of the cost of living, then you have to do something about that. All right. Either you go live in your car, or like I said, gave you an example, or go look for another job somewhere else where the cost of living is lower. So you might make $75,000 a year, but you get to keep most of it. And this person just laughed in my face. And it's not the first time. All right. Because so many people are addicted to this sick way of living. It's not about not spending money. It's about looking at how you're spending money. Like a lot of women right now, they have $100 cell phone plans. And they have they have their parents paying for their cell phone plans. It's a load of stupidity. Or $100 cell phone plan. What are you doing with $100 cell phone plan? What are you doing with that's ridiculous. $100 per month cell phone plan or $120 per month. Oh, I want the best coverage. You can get a Metro PCS or a Mint Mobile plan on the T-Mobile network for $40 a month a lot of the times. They have a lot of promotions. Max $50, but a lot of times you can get it for $40 a month. Or you can get Mint Mobile depending on how you use your phone, like $15 a month for 5 gigabytes or 15 gigabytes. They have all kinds of promotions there. All right. Why the hell would you spend that kind of money? Because a lot of these people are not, they're living off other people, or they're just completely disconnected from reality. This is the reason why wealthy people don't deal with a lot of people. There's a reason why wealthy people, just like a lot of the very wealthy people, they just basically look at poor people, because people that have this type of mindset as a jokers. There's a difference between being wealthy and being rich. The rich are, the wealthy are rich, but the wealthy are, regardless of what happens in the economy, the wealthy remain wealthy. A lot of rich people, on the other hand, the economy tanks and they are broke. They're absolutely broke. because they don't know how to properly manage money. Money management, my gosh, money management is such an important thing. And a lot of people take the concept for granted when it comes to learning how to properly manage money. You have to learn how to properly manage money. It doesn't mean that you don't eat well or anything, but you have to learn how to manage money. And for guys, I'll give you an example. I went to go and hire a financial advisor, right? Because to help me track my money. I have an undergraduate in business, but I said let me go ahead and go and hire a financial advisor because there are some tips that I can learn from a financial advisor that maybe I don't know because they specialize in this. This was a while ago. This person basically told me, I said that, listen, I want some tools. I want to know what kind of tools are you guys using currently? Your money management tools and so forth. They refused to tell me. They basically told me that they would manage the money themselves, and we could like talk about kind of like put me on an allowance. Excuse me? Listen, actually managing money with these tools, like I said, I want to know where my money is going. I want to keep track of my money. I want to make sure I keep track of, the amount of money I'm spending on food, the amount of money I'm spending on this. Let me know what kind of software you guys are using. And of course, I already use different software to track my money, but I wanted to know what kind of software the experts were using. They refused to tell me. And they literally told me keeping track of your expenses is not going to save you money anyway. Keeping track of your expenses. In other words, they want to take advantage of me and use me to build themselves off me. You have to be very careful with people, guys. You have to be very, very careful in this world. Everyone is a predator. Everyone is trying to take advantage of you and use you for something. Some are just more honest about it than others. Telling you that right now. The most honest people are the ones who tell you what they want right away. For example, when you go and see a lady of the night and she says, "This is the amount of money that I want for this amount of time," that's on. That's even these women are dishonest, but still, they're much more honest than the typical individual that we deal with, because they're not pretending, they're not acting like they're anything or they're anyone special. All right. They're not acting like they're anyone special. The charade is gone. Basically, it's a trade of resources for intimacy. That's it. And once that charade is gone, now it's just more normal. You see them for exactly who they are, and that's it. They're nothing special. Yet the same girl will go out there and have guys spending crazy amounts of money on her and getting nothing in return. It's crazy. It's so crazy. Where I could go and, I or you or any of us could go give one of these girls $120 and, we basically get what we want. And then another guy will go and spend $1,200 on her in a single evening and he will get nothing from her. And they will do it multiple times and he will get nothing from her because she's not interested in him. And maybe if he's lucky, after 3 months, and now they're in a committed relationship, then and only then he might get a shot. And it won't be at a regular basis because that's not the man that she loves. That's just the man that she's using to subsidize her living and build her life off. But a lot of men don't want to accept these facts. A lot of men are not ready for these truths because of how they are conditioned. You see, just like women like to be lied to, a lot of men also like to live within their lies and delusion because they don't want to face reality. They don't, just like we could talk about male nature and how men think and operate, but we never talk about female nature and how women think and how women actually operate. Because these men want they want a Disney princess. They want the lie. They don't want the reality. They want the lie. It's a sick, sad situation that we're in. Really sad. But that's what ends up happening. That's 100% that what ends up happening. They want the lie, and they'll give anything for the lie. They want to believe that soulmates exist. I posted a poll. I posted a poll a while ago And in the poll, I basically said 1 Bitcoin, take 1 Bitcoin or meet your soulmate. I didn't say marry your soulmate. I said meet your soulmate or 1 Bitcoin. And a lot of people chose the soulmate. And their argument was like, once you meet your soulmate, the thing is that it doesn't matter if you're poor, your soulmate will never leave you. It doesn't matter if you're living in a box, your soulmate will live in that box with you. This is what these lunatics were saying. You would want your soulmate to live in a box with you? That's how it works, man. That's how it works. You guys, you know that the number one reason why people divorce is over money? And you know what the crazy thing is, that so many of you, because I've lost subscribers. I've lost subscribers because a lot of them can't handle me. They cannot handle realities. They cannot handle the facts that, I try to be realistic and mindful. There are times when I hold back and I don't say certain things to their face, because I don't want to hurt their feelings. But I still say these things in my videos, but I just don't say it to their face if we were to talk privately. And, for example, like I say, don't go over to the Philippines and get into a relationship with a single mom. Any man that goes to the Philippines and gets in a relationship with a single mom is an idiot. All right? You're an idiot. If you go over to the Philippines and you get into a relationship with a single mom, you're an idiot. You're a fucking idiot. All right? Don't do it. And I'm not gonna say, I'm not gonna say it directly to someone's face. Well, I'll say it to someone's face, but I'm gonna be mindful because I don't want to destroy friendships. But I'll say it in my videos. I'll say it outright, and they know what I believe. You have to be mindful and you have to be realistic. And a lot of these people don't want to be mindful. They don't want to be realistic. And then when their lives get fucked up, they'll turn around and they want to be friends. They're like, sometimes they'll turn on you. They'll curse you out. They'll say like, that guy's just a piece of shit. He's just an angry, no good piece of garbage. That's why, and then what happens? Then their life gets fucked up. And then they come back and they're like, angry, you were right. Well, say it again. Angry, you were right. Can I sit down here with you? I'm just going to sit down here with you. No. Get the fuck out of here. I don't know you, bro. All right. I told you the truth, and you didn't want to hear the truth. You knew what it was, and you wanted to indulge. You had no self-control, and you had no self-discipline. Don't think, when you start doing your whole passport bro adventure thing, don't automatically say I'm going to the Philippines or Thailand or some poor country, because there's a lot of guys who do have this attitude, like, I'll go to some poor country and I'll find a woman over there. That's what the boomers do. I'll go to some poor country, find a woman over there who's desperate, and now I'm gonna be her knight in shining armor. And I'm walking around with my beer belly and my gray hair, and and she thinks that I'm handsome. Bro, you're 71 years old, all right? You're the little bro, okay? You're the little bro, okay? You're 71 years old, little bro, and you've got a big old beer belly on you. Everything is sagging, okay? And you've got to use the little blue pill to get it up, all right? Things aren't working. You know what they call you in these countries? They call you deadwood. They call you deadwood over there, all right? From Asia to Africa and Eastern Europe, they call you deadwood. In all of these countries where you think you're going to find women fit, feminine, and friendly, they call you deadwood. And you think that they're with you solely because they're physically attracted to you. You're full of shit. You're full of it. So you go over there and you think that you're now going to be like this hero and savior. And then you end up getting taken advantage of. You jump into a relationship with some single mom, and then you end up getting taken advantage of, and you want to cry it out. No, listen to me. You need to deal with it yourself. You need to handle it, all right? Guys, it's like you didn't learn your lesson. How many men have fallen into this situation? How many black men? Look at the black community. The black community should be a warning to all men. It should be a warning. How many black men got into relationships with single moms in that community? Look at the state of that community. Look at the state of Western society now as a whole. Outside of race and ethnicity, you have a parade of single moms. Chad and Tyrone, Little Pancho, especially Little Pancho and his brother Sancho, they have children with these women, and then these women want good men to come and raise these kids. And you know not to get into relationships with single moms in the U.S. And what do? You go overseas and you go and run around and get into relationships with single moms overseas. And then when you screw up your life, you want men to cry for you and talk about brotherhood. And it's like, you had your chance. You had your chance, 71-year-old little bro. Okay, I'm the big bro. Okay, I'm the big bro. You're the little bro. I might be 41, but I'm the big bro. You're the little bro. Okay, so you sit down and you call me senpai when I speak. You call me senpai or you call me sama. You put sama on my name. I'm just being very, very real, very, very real with you right now. Because I'm sick of the BS. I'm sick of the BS. Because so many of these men do not learn their lessons. So many of these men play these stupid games. You know, guys, I work so hard. I work around the clock. I work around the clock because I know hell on earth is coming. I know hell on earth is coming. You see the price of everything? $800, $900 PlayStations. Right now, the electronics that we enjoy, like Apple products, are extremely expensive, but they're only going to get more expensive. $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. The prices are insane. What companies are doing right now is that they're basically targeting people who actually have, like, you know, the ultra wealthy amongst us. Ultra wealthy amongst us. I actually just got an email from someone. Giving me some great supplement advice. Shout out to the guy for the supplement advice. He said, iodine supplement, B12 supplement, because I'm really tired, lethargic, a lot of fatigue. Magnesium, potassium. Look up concentrated mineral drops on Amazon. Dr. Berg has the best magnesium potassium supplement, and his YouTube vids are golden. I appreciate that, bro, if you're the one who sent that over to me. Guys, I'm telling you, it's hell on earth. It doesn't matter, guys. It doesn't matter who wins the election in November. All right. If Trump wins, we just have that just kind of gives us like a bit more time to get our shit together. All right. That's at best, it's a bit of a reprise. A bit of a reprieve. You know what Bill Gates recently popped up and said? I was reading an article earlier today. He put out he basically said that over the next 30 years, we're either going to experience another event like the one that occurred in 2020 or World War III in the next 30 years. So, and guys, this is crazy. This is crazy stuff. And many of you guys, like many people, barely survived the events of 2020. Like, we're going through hell right now, hyperinflation, and so many of you guys are disconnected from reality. It's ridiculous. Oh, wait, Angry, what game is that? And what game are you playing there? All right, what game are you playing there? Get the hell out of here. You're more worried about the game than the fact that everything's burning down around us. And you know something that's interesting? For example, you guys will hit me up for financial advice, okay? You'll hit me up for financial advice. And I'll send you detailed explanations, all right? Well broken down, detailed breakdowns. And I don't even get a thank you. Not even a responder email. Thank you, Angry. Thank you. All right? That's just to show you how people are, how human beings are. And then when you need something else, you hit me up again. And then you wonder why I don't respond to you the second time. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Human beings are crappy people. Human beings are crappy. This whole thing with PlayStation, guys, it's going to be hell. It's going to be hell. And Ubisoft, guys, the gamers are not messing around. The men are not messing around. They're basically voting with their wallets. They're like, we don't want this shit. We're not going to pay for it. And they're bankrupting these companies. Ubisoft is in a world of hell and hell right now.
Gamer, I just want the news. The recent quarterly results, which included the postponement of key games like Rainbow Six and The Division, lowered the revenue outlook for Q2 2024. It have heightened our concerns about the management's ability to deliver value to shareholders over the long term. Share price of Ubisoft have decreased by more than 40% over the last year, compared to a rise by its competitors. Yeah, that's, it's not looking too good. This is coming from Read Write. It was fact-checked by Owen Good, by the way. Ubisoft shares still tumbling after Star Wars Outlaws' underwhelming launch. This was last week. This game was supposed to be amazing, right? It was supposed to be like the bestest Star Wars game ever. And it's just the bigots are mad about this female protagonist. But it's not going to stop this game from selling because it's so damn good. It's the most immersive Star Wars ever. Came out, turns out that's not the case. Turns out the reviews have been middling. Turns out the game is broken. It had to be patched on day one. And it cost too damn much. They want too much money for this game. So this was just last week. Ubisoft shares dropped 10% following the lukewarm reception of Star Wars Outlaws. That should be Luke Skywalker's new name, lukewarm. Mid, lukewarm and mid solo. So that was last week. It's dropped more than that. Star Wars Outlaws launched on August 30th, received mixed fan feedback despite positive reviews affecting sales expectations. I do not believe that Assassin's Creed Shadows, given the controversy, is going to sell nearly as well as they expect it to. Ubisoft now looks to Assassin's Creed Shadows' November 15th launch to regain investor confidence amid declining stock prices. Good luck with that. The latest plunge is thought to be due to the lackluster reception of Star Wars Outlaws, they said, which launched on August 30th. The game was expected to be a home run for Ubisoft, and while critical reviews have been positive-ish, if not effusively so, that means positive-ish. Everything's a 7. Fan reception is a lot less enthusiastic. Both groups seem to praise the overall Star Wars aesthetic, except for her jawline, while panning core gameplay systems, such as a clunky and oblivious stealth system that is central to the narrative. What if there was no stealth in Metal Gear? I don't know. It said, add to that a glitch that forced early access players who paid at least $99 for a special edition. They had to restart their games, and the picture forms of a beleaguered game whose launch has caught shareholders' attention. Ubisoft shares have also dipped thanks to weaker than expected guidance offered to investors in its latest quarterly earnings report. How has it actually performed? I'd like to know. One JP Morgan analyst already says that Star Wars Outlaws has struggled to meet our sales expectations despite positive critical reviews. Actual sales figures and data relating to the Outlaws launch haven't been made public yet. But they're like, hey, Assassin's Creed Shadows, guys, this one's going to do fantastic. Oh my God, so this has come from Game Ranks, right? They're going on about the Yasuke. They're like, Yasuke was a real person, a real samurai, so that's not inaccurate. No, it's actually been proven that, Yasuke was probably a real person. We do not know.
I mean, guys, it's just kind of crazy how everything is going to shit, And a lot of you guys say that you don't care, but let me tell you something. When you're hungry and you're starving and you can't afford food and you're homeless, you got to poop outside on the street, and you might be going to jail if you do that, and it doesn't really matter though because other homeless people are pooping alongside you. Imagine having to poop and there's someone watching you poop. Man, it's hard out there. It's hard. I was there, man. Over 10 years ago, I experienced real homelessness, and it sucked. It really sucked, y'all. And many of you are heading for that direction. And the smartest thing you should be doing is preparing right now, investing yourself and learning. For example, learning how to build a YouTube channel and how to build not just a channel, but a YouTube business. Okay? Learning how to build a business and a brand. It is something that every single one of you should be learning at this moment, okay? Because even if you're not on YouTube, you can use those skills across all social media platforms. Don't think that when you're hungry and homeless, that's when you're going to start. There's a lot of people who are like, oh, well, I just don't care. Everything's going to go to hell, and it is what it is, man. But then when you end up hungry and homeless and you start going ballistic, then we basically find out the kind of person that you are. Because some of you are going to start stealing, and you'll end up in prison, or you'll end up messed up really, really bad. Because a lot of you think that you're just going to steal and it's going to be like a victimless thing, or, oh, well, if I get caught, I'll just go to jail. No, you're going to get your ass beat. A lot of you are going to try to steal. The people are pissed off at this point. A lot of you are going to be out there like the Gen Zers trying to steal, and you're going to get your ass beat. You're going to get, you're going to get fucked up. You're going to get fucked up, all right? Gen X knows what I'm talking about. Not everyone can get away with this type of shit. People get pissed off eventually, and then they start to basically say, yeah. And a lot of these, a lot of these security, and I'm not talking about guys like Mayumi's husband, but a lot of these renter cops out there, they're basically fail. They couldn't get into the police force, so now they're doing these jobs, and they want to be, they basically want to be Rambo, and they're gonna let it out on you. Like they were getting their asses beat in high school, and now they want to beat your ass all over a misunderstanding. Then again, if you stole it, you stole it. Still, I mean, that's just how it is. And a lot of you, these are the kind of problems you're going to be encountering. You're going to be out there in the streets, hungry and homeless, and you don't know what to do, and dealing with ignorance. By the way, guys, you have to just wake up and realize that nothing lasts forever. The world around us it goes through highs and lows, but you have to prepare. This way, you're ready for the hard times when they arrive. Speaking of all of this, guys, don't forget that we have the Angry Guy Clubhouse. It's lit over there. You can head over to the Angry Guy Clubhouse, join up in the Angry Guy Clubhouse. It's free to join. We have articles over there, all kinds of great stuff over there. Everything from, when lying is actually a good thing, the art of the fib, to unlock your path to passive income with our complete, yes, I said, our complete guide. The Dark Ages were orchestrated, the Silent Rage of Gen X. There's all kinds. There's so much good stuff over there, guys. There's so much good stuff over there. We have tons of different guides, extended videos, podcasts, chat. It's there for you. There's a link to it in the description of the video, so you can go check it out, subscribe to that, and go and join the clubhouse. For example, if I ever disappear, tongue-tied, huh? If I ever disappear here, I will always, I still have the clubhouse. I can reach out to you directly. I can email you guys. So that's something for you. So go and check that out. Subscribe to the clubhouse, and have some fun over there. We have a chat over there. We can talk to each other. We don't have to worry about censorship. It's really good. So go and check out the Angry Guy Clubhouse. Linked in the description. You also see something pop up on the screen. That'll take you over there. What do you guys think regarding all of this? Men are pushing feminism out of the gaming industry. Let me know your thoughts, and we'll talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away. And cheers.